We live.
Hey everyone, Wendy O here. Welcome back to the Love and Marriage podcast. I am your host. My co-host is Hotep Jesus. This is on his channel. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, interact with us. That helps boost this algo. How you doing tonight, Hotep?
Oh man, a wild, crazy day, man. I'm in the middle of building out my e-commerce store inside my website so all of my products can be self-hosted. I spent time doing that today and getting my Facebook pixels and events fired up. So I got all that stuff fired up now. Got the first product added. So and then after that, that was like an all-day project. I think I finally got the last piece correct. Of course, I had 1,000,001 problems trying to set that thing up. And then so that was like I was doing that all day today. And then I just got at a 2-hour chess coaching session.
Nice. Have you watched the Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
Everybody keeps telling me about this.
You gotta watch it. She is a bad bitch. That is the definition of feminism to me, is having a really messed up life, making the best of it, and just fighting hard as to get your place in a very male dominated sport. And she did it with class, and it was a good message, at least in my opinion. Who knows, maybe there was underlying things that I missed, but I think it's a very good series. I'm halfway done with it. It's really good though.
Is that on what service is that on?
It's on Netflix. I had to get the Netflix back for that reason. I canceled it for a little bit.
I heard there was another show I got to check out on
Which
Netflix called The Black Godfather or something like that.
What's that about?
It's supposed to be like some really powerful black dude back in the day, gangster and powerful like Gotti and them. So some old black gangster shit. So I'm definitely got to get glued into that.
Yeah, I like all those old gangster stories. They're very impressive because even though the Italians are stereotyped against, because that's all people remember us as, is all that mob mentality and whatnot. But those men were actually very, very smart, and they did very well for themselves. And a lot of people don't understand what the Italian mob did for the United States as far as protection and all of that type of stuff. So I'm always interested to see how gangsters built their empire. A lot of people like to say bad things about people on the opposite side of history doing that, but they don't understand that, at least in New York, when my mom was living there, because she grew up in Brooklyn, how safe it was. She said, because she lived in an Italian neighborhood, and during that time, Brooklyn and parts of New York were run by the Italians. She says you could walk anywhere, go anywhere you want at any time of the night, and you were safe.
Yeah, they protected the neighborhood.
They protected women, children.
He didn't need popo. They was paying the popo. They was buying the police.
Or police were paying them too. In some cases, they had to pay rent, but they kept the neighborhood safe.
Absolutely, the good dark whites, the swarthy whites, as the history textbooks would describe them, swarthy.
What does swarthy mean?
Hold on, I'm gonna type it in the dictionary and give you the exact definition according to the dictionary. Now,
there's this lady on TikTok, and this lady cracks me up. I think she's there in Colorado or something. She's with her husband, but she calls him Frederick, and that's not his name. But she gets into this character, this like European royalty, and it's the totally opposite of what she looks like. And she starts saying all these big words and like yelling at him, calling him a heathen and stuff. And I was like, that's my co-host.
That's me.
Oh my goodness.
Swarthy. Excuse me. Swarthy is an adjective. A swarthy person has a dark face.
Okay.
Swarthier, swarthiest, dark hued or dark complexioned. So that's what the Italians would be, swarthy whites, the darker whites, as opposed to your Nordic cousins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My people. So first I want to tell you what happened at the gym today. I was very upset. It was very upsetting. So I went in there to go train because I'm going to start coming in twice a week because I've been working so many hours with crypto and with work. I'm absolutely exhausted. I need to get out of the house because it's just me and the baby at home most of the time.
Okay.
And so I need to get out of the house an extra day. Husband was like, yeah, that's cool. Go do it. So I'm in there and her mood, she's just kind of off. But apparently because California is like locked down again, apparently some of the community members were giving her some crap about keeping the gym open, even though it's not operating at full capacity. And like half of the kids are outside and there's different rooms. So it's very spacious. So it's, well, not super spacious, but it's not like people are right next to each other and everything is open. And she was it kind of hurt her feelings. She was kind of upset. She's like, it's starting to get to me. And so after we were done, I talked to her. I was like, listen, you're doing the community a service. You're doing a very, very good thing. I says, people are going to complain. They're going to cause issues. They're going to start static with you. I was like, but at the end of the day, like, obviously it's going to hurt your feelings because you're doing the right thing. But you just have to ignore it and keep moving. And then she's like, the frustrating part is these same people come to me and they don't know what to do with their kids because they're stuck in the house. So like, can you watch my kids or can you do this? Da, 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 da. So she's a pillar of the community and people are giving her issues for keeping the gym open. But at the same time, they're coming to her like, I don't know how to do with my kid. I don't know how to deal with this. Like they're depressed, they're gaining weight, they're getting into trouble. So it's like, you can't shit on somebody and then expect them to do for you. So I was just a little upset for her because she's my girl and I will always protect all the women in my life at all costs.
So wait, what happened? You said that the same people who wanted her to close or give her shit about not closing her gym now want to come around and ask her to watch the kid?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. The people that was complaining about her keeping her gym open now wants her to watch their kids.
Yeah.
In that same gym.
They flip-flop too. Like right now there's 2 nurses that are like stalking her Instagram page. So she blocked them and even please. So she's like really upset because she's like, they're telling me, I'm being irresponsible and blah, blah, blah. But then like a month, and this has happened in the past every single time there's lockdown, but she's like, then they come to me and they want me to help their kids or talk, like, cause she does therapy too. So she's like, they keep flip-flopping and she was just bummed out. It sucks.
Oh, these commies are funny, man. These commies are funny.
So that was that. I told her, I said, just keep it moving. Just keep doing what you're doing because do you remember the message that I had shared with you the other day?
What's that?
The gentleman, he's a supporter of the Love and Marriage podcast. And he said that, I'd have to pull it up exactly, but there was a child that had committed suicide on a Zoom school call. And I guess he knew somebody that was in the class when that happened and whatnot. He doesn't know if it was due to everything that's going on, but everyone was able to see what happened because it was on the Zoom call. And I think, unfortunately, I feel like we're going to have more cases of that popping up and the news isn't just reporting on it.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad, man. These lockdowns are hurting us in so many different ways, man.
They are. And hopefully I'm trying to get Chef Gruel on with us. I want to talk to him about, because he's really put himself out there and he's standing up for, some of the restaurants and all the restaurants and just saying what's happening isn't fair because when you look at it, Amazon is open, Target's open, grocery stores are open.
Yeah, all big businesses open.
But the small ones are not. They want takeout maybe, but it's like a lot of food is not good if you take it out. It's not McDonald's. And a lot of these small business restaurants, they don't have drive-throughs because they didn't anticipate that to happen.
This is the destruction of the lower class. See, what they want to do is they want to destroy the lower class. And when they destroy the lower class, that means the lower class will then have to be reliant upon the UBI.
I don't want it.
UBI, that's the new umbilical cord. That's what it stands for, umbilical cord.
Ooh. It does. But when you think about it, it's kind of like castrating men in a way because it's taking the man's balls away because he can't go to work and provide for his family. That's what it's doing. It's destroying the nuclear family.
Correct. Correct. When the commies use the 8 legs of the octopus, all 8 legs grab a different part of you and rip you apart.
Because I know my husband, I know him. He prides himself in being a provider and being able to care for the family and bringing the bacon home. Yeah. And, you know, like, obviously I work and I've got my role, but that's what he does. That's what he's good at. And that's what his dad did. And that's what his dad was good at. His dad was not a good husband in any other sense, but he was good at providing and paying the bills and making sure that his mom had money to feed the kids and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyways, I want to actually kind of touch on you did a live stream. I don't know who it was with, but I popped in. It was with a bunch of gentlemen, and you guys were kind of talking about how
this weekend. Yeah, I was in Miami this weekend. Word.
Yeah, so I listened to like 20 minutes of it, and I'm listening to, it was like the first 20 minutes. I don't know what his name was, so I'm terrible for that. But he's basically saying that women have been taught in the last couple decades to be strong, to be independent, to go to school, to make a life for their own, have families later. And these men don't want these women because these women are too alpha for these men.
Wait, say that again?
Okay, so you were on the live stream with the guy, and he was saying that the last like 20 years, all these women have been taught to go to school, get a really good education, and you know, start families later. And a lot of like they're partners of law firms, or they're judges, or they're, you know, doctors, and they end up starting families later, but they have trouble finding a husband because they're too alpha, and the men are looking for something different.
Yeah, I like your chair.
Oh, thanks.
Is it comfortable?
It's very comfortable.
It looks comfortable.
It's very comfortable.
I'm about to give mine to the kids and give me another one.
Yeah, one of my subscribers, because I've been wanting a chair for a while, so I've been talking about, so one of my subscribers tipped me, and I went ahead and I got this, and this one is actually for small people because I'm small. I'm only 5'1", so it's like for somebody that's my height.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think I don't know how tall you are. You'd have to go on the website, but I had to get something that was for a small person. And then these are the colors of my show.
Yeah, I'm 6'10", so that wouldn't work.
No. I actually know somebody. I know a white guy. He's almost 7 feet tall.
Oh, damn.
He's tall, like a big, not like big, but like big.
Oh,
I'm just like.
So wait, what was the topic again? The alpha woman that's in the professional network, and she's too alpha for the homies. What was it again?
You were on the damn show.
I know, but I blanked out listening to you. I got like, first of all, number one, I have ADD. You know what I'm saying? Number two, not only have I been working in the computer all day, I've been getting high all day. That's what's keeping my patience, is working with these computer problems. So I'm dealing with fatigue. I'm dealing with coming down from my high, because I didn't get high before this show. So I'm coming down from the high. My ADD's kicking in. I'm thinking about 1,000,001 tech problems I got with my website. I'm planning for like my tech projects. My website is 1,000,000 things going through my head right now. And then you start talking, and I'm like, oh yeah, wait, I'm live on the stream.
Go burn some sage. Get your head right. Don't come on my show blown back. Anyways.
Oh my God.
We're going to keep tonight short because somebody. Because somebody is being unprofessional on my show.
Yo, I am trash. I'm so sorry.
But this is a very serious topic, so try to focus.
Okay, we're going to focus. All right, let's go.
You were on the damn podcast with the gentlemen. The gentlemen were talking about the problem with females these days, and the problem with women these days is they were taught to go to school, be educated, make a bunch of money, start families later. So by the time these women are settled down, the type of men they're looking for aren't interested in them because they want a more passive female.
Yeah, that's what I said, the alpha female. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. All right, I am following along. See, I thought I wasn't following along. You made me feel like I wasn't following along. I'm following along.
You're not following.
This is the dynamic of the alpha female. Yes.
Talk to us about it.
Yeah. Very interesting dynamic. See, there's only 2 possibilities for the alpha female. Either she is going to compromise and be with a beta male, And really what it is there are some alpha women who will enjoy a beta male as long as his paper's right, long as he can still, make her feel like a luxury chick. So she can technically make more as long as he can still sort of keep up and be in the same tax bracket. Now, if he's in a whole other tax bracket, he's got to be an alpha male. See, a beta male, not in the same tax bracket, ain't going to be able to hold her, because either you're going to hold her attention in bed or you're going to hold her attention at the bank. And those are really your two options. Let me think about this. So the alpha and the beta, what could be some other problems that she has? See, the beta, it works for her because it allows her to maintain control. He's like a poodle. She say sit, he gonna sit. She say jump. It's cute to her, right? She's like, oh, look at my little husband. She gets to drag him around everywhere. He does whatever he says, and she gets to have this life of freedom. Ultimate freedom. Some women enjoy that. Some women will become utterly bored of that. Like the face you're making. You're like, I couldn't do that.
I couldn't.
Right. You couldn't do that. This is where the personality archetypes would diverge. Now, if she's making more and she's dealing with the alpha female, somebody got a little bit of gangster in their blood, it can work at all tax brackets. Except when you're talking about, like Erica Kane and the rest of them, they're like all hypergamous. It's all about hypergamy. If you're dealing with a hypergamous chick, then that just is what it is. I still believe you do not have to follow the rules of hypergamy to bag a hypergamous chick. She's just hurt and scorned, so she wants to secure the bag. But if you can pierce her heart, oh, you can have any woman you want. You can have any girl you want.
What does hypergamy mean?
Where the chick is all about the bag. She's only going to date someone who's going to be able to financially secure her future, providing the needs.
But if she got her own money, why would she need that?
So she doesn't need it. But I was talking about the hypergamous archetype. There's a hypergamous female who is more of the sugar baby variety. They're looking for the sugar daddy. So their money comes from pimping men. That's different from the professional alpha chick we're talking about, though. I just wanted to, as a caveat, speak of the hypergamous chick in relation to the alpha male. But for that alpha female who out-earns the man, it is going to disqualify an entire group of men. I would say it would disqualify 85% of men. There's 15% left is either going to have the financial stature or the masculine stature or a combination of both. Let's just say 5%, 5%, and 5%, and they'll be able to deal with her. I actually enjoy a professional woman, although I would not prefer a professional woman. I think a woman needs to be barefoot, bucket naked, pregnant in the kitchen, in my humble opinion.
But that's your life right now, right?
Correct.
Okay. You're living the dream, sir.
I am living the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. So this is the thing. If you're an alpha woman and you are, at least in my opinion, and first and foremost, I wanted to, when I was watching that, listening to it, I was like, holy shit, because I'm very alpha. I was like, holy shit, I am so glad I got married all them years ago, because if I didn't, I'd be single for the rest of my life because I am too alpha for these fools.
Yeah, but not too alpha for your husband.
No, well, because he's older than me. He's a different breed. Totally different breed.
Yeah, he is. I mean, when he first met you, he threw you over his shoulder, so He knew what time it was.
Yeah, no. But he's very alpha. Like he lets me do what I want for the most part, but if there's something he's not comfortable with, he's like, no, you're not doing this. I don't, and it's like, whatever. And he's also not afraid to put hands on someone. It doesn't matter where we are. If it's another man that disrespects me or he feels that he's being disrespected, he's putting hands on you.
I'm putting guns on you. I don't got time to be getting dirty.
But the thing with the alpha female dating the beta male, like, oh my God, my husband's so cute. It's not going to last long. It won't.
In some cases, it will last a lifetime.
Very few, I believe. The reason being.
Yes.
Reason being is because women that are very alpha, that have high goals, that are very successful in the world, they consistently have to be moving up the ladder. And they're going to the beta male is going to stay here, regardless of what his income structure is. Beta male is going to stay here. He might be moving up higher in the work area, but relationship wise, he's going to stay here and she's going to keep needing more and more and more and more. And he's not going to be able to provide it to her sexually and emotionally.
Yes. How many betas equal one alpha?
Oof, what, 100?
100?
I don't know.
It's a trick question. None. Could never. You could take all the betas in the world and they wouldn't equal one Hotep Jesus. All the betas in the world couldn't equal one alpha male. She would still be wanting that alpha.
I can jive with that because like my sister, she's single and she's very particular in what she wants and what she needs. And I just don't she won't settle. Like there has to be a certain type of guy she won't settle. She won't settle. Yeah.
Well, you say that like she's supposed to settle, like settling is bad or settling is something she should do? Or you're talking about settling down? Because settle means, I'm assuming to mean lower her standards.
Right. Yes, that's what I mean.
You want her to lower her standards.
A little bit, yeah. Sometimes
Are you saying that because she's unqualified for what she's asking for?
No.
So she's qualified for what she's asking for and you're asking her to lower her standards.
This is the thing. The reason why I talk about lowering the standards a little bit, maybe it could be look wise, maybe it could be, I don't know. But my mom, for example, my mother has very, very high standards and she always has been. She's like complaining that she's lonely sometimes. And I was like, well, Mom, you never really gave anyone a chance. Like my mom was very particular in the type of look she wanted in a man, the type of religion, income bracket, all these different things.
Well,
what
kind of look are these women going for? Like the fuck they want? The Rock?
No, my mom wants like a Jewish guy, like a white Jewish guy.
There's plenty of them, ain't they?
But they have to be good looking.
Be careful, Hotep Jesus. Watch what you say.
I will say my father she wants to meet another guy like my dad before my dad got sick, and she was not going to be able to.
So why can't she find a good looking man? Are they just rare? Are good looking Jewish men rare? Or is she just not hanging out in the right spots?
I don't know. I'm not really into white guys, so I don't know.
So what does your sister want? What kind of looking man does she want?
My sister will date like a dirty punk rocker, but they have to be very alpha.
So she wants a punk rocker. What kind of financial status is she looking for? 6 figures?
No, less than that.
Less than that?
Yeah.
So she just wants a punk rocker. What are her standards? What are her standards for a man? Like,
my sister, they have to be very alpha, very, very alpha.
Okay,
and that's
what else?
Hard to find. She looks wise, she's very flexible, so that's okay.
Okay.
But I think she just wants
but you said lower her standards. What standards should she lower?
I feel like she just needs to. She's very particular in her type with looks. Very, very particular.
like it has to have a certain type of haircut and certain
Yes.
type of jeans, and if he doesn't look dressed the way I like, then it's just a no.
Yeah, so my sister, you have to be like a dirty looking white guy or like an essay, like a cholo. Like those are her types. There's nothing in between.
Oh. Where do those people hang out?
I don't even know. I'm just like, she's like, I can't find anyone. And I says, well, you know, sometimes you go and you need to meet people and see if there's chemistry there and don't rely on looks so much.
I mean, where do those people hang out? Like the Slauson swap meet? I mean, where do you find these people? I don't know.
down the street at the trap house.
Like maybe she should just join a gang or something, you know?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. She's whatever. I just like my mom too. I was like, Mom, you have all these standards. I was like, maybe you, instead of like, look for a guy with money, look for a guy with, that's going to treat you right and that likes to vacation. Those are the types of things she likes. I says, but maybe on the looks, like downgrade that a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. She sounds like she definitely wants somebody too specific.
These women, the problem is they want something too specific. And I tried telling both of them sometimes because I don't date really based off of looks. It's more on like the type of person you are. And that's one of the reasons why I'm with my husband is because I like his personality because he's very, very alpha and I didn't want a beta male. And I tried to explain to them, sometimes you don't need to go off looks because looks fade. Yeah,
don't go by looks. Don't go by looks. I know some old people that was ugly when they was young that's cute now. And I know some people that was cute when they was younger and turned ugly when they got old. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cute grandmas like, oh, that's a cute old lady. You look at it like, God, you was ugly back in the day. You know, it's just like babies. Sometimes they was an ugly kid and they grow up like, you know, a beautiful swan. They go from ugly duckling to beautiful swan. I don't know. But yeah, I think looks are a very shallow way to pick a mate.
Men go by looks though.
Yes. But men also have a longer dating timeline.
They do. That's true.
You know, women, y'all got about 10 years and then y'all done. You know, from like 18 to 28. After that, it's like all downhill from there.
I think I'm loving my 30s. Well,
you're married, so your dating life is over.
Well, we still go on dates.
But you're married. Your dating life is over, right?
That's true. But I think
if something happened to him, God forbid, Lord willing, it doesn't happen. But if something happened to him, you would not be able to find another man.
I probably wouldn't because I'm too alpha.
No, you're too old.
No, I'm too alpha.
She said I'm too alpha.
I'm too alpha. Please, I don't look my age. I look a lot younger than
You're not that alpha.
I am very alpha. I'm very particular in what I want.
You're tomboyish, but you're not like alpha. I know alpha chicks, and you're still very girly. Like you get your eyelashes and shit done. It's some alpha girls out there. All they wear is sweatpants.
That's tomboy.
Right. But that's alpha.
Are they lesbians?
No, they look like lesbians though. It just is what it is. Like their friends got to make them dress up.
That's a whole nother topic. Do you see the way I body people on Twitter? The way I body these insults on Twitter? I make them block me.
What'd you do? Wow, what happened?
Just in general, when they come for me, I go hard on them. I make them like, but they just can't believe that comes out of my mouth sometimes.
What'd you say? I know one of them was in your DM saying something nasty the other day.
Who?
Oh, was it the timeline? I don't know. They came at you last week.
Who did? They always come at me.
Oh, it must be a usual occurrence, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, they generally come at me. When Bitcoin price drops, they'll generally come at me because they lost money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't even know. I can't keep track. It's generally like it used to be like a daily occurrence, but now there's other really, really cringy women in crypto. So they're like kind of thankful that they have me, that I'm not that cringy. But they come at me like once a month now is about right.
Once a month. Typical from the plebeian simps.
I shut them down though. I'm mean, man. I'm really, really mean.
They deserve it.
They do deserve it. Don't come sideways at me and expect me to be like, oh my God. I don't do that.
Well, Raider said you need some of those block memes like HJ has. Natasha Kayleen, $5 super chat. She said, I like your ponytail, Wendy. Much love, y'all.
Thank you.
She got the high ponytail going on today.
Did you really? You're the best. Thank you. Look what he brought me.
Sour Patch Kids and some Doritos.
Oh yeah, I asked for it because I've been saying I want to sit in bed and eat.
And some good munchies.
What happened?
You're on fire in here or something?
No, I had sage.
Oh, geez.
It's not on fire though.
Okay.
No. Why's your head all red?
I have hand on.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's such a goof.
What happened?
He's just a goof. He's bald, and so his head, he got something red on his head.
He's bald, so
he is bald. He shaves his head.
Oh, he shaves it.
Yes, but let me tell you something. For a long time, like a year after we met, when he would get in a car and go somewhere, he would always have to put a hat on because he was bald. He was bald headed with tattoos and stuff. So he'd always wear a hat in the car, faced correctly, so he wouldn't get pulled over and bodied by the police.
Oh yeah. You got a code switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't be looking like a chulo out there.
Well, you can't hide your skin color. So.
What the hell is going on?
I wanted to ask.
Hey yo, Sketch, can you ban that guy right there? That's talking nasty in the chat.
Oh yeah, sometimes the comments they leave are like really bizarre. Like
It's a troll.
I know, but to me it's kind of weird because I'm like I have a lot of male friends, and when people just don't seem to understand that dynamic. I don't know. I've always had male friends. I prefer them over female friends actually, because women are petty and they got all kinds of issues.
Yeah, word. Clee Bravo in the motherfucking building. Yo, Clee, are we streaming on Friday for your Joe Biden thing? Did you still want to do that or what? Tell me in the chat right now. Yes or no.
I want to hear about this.
Clee Bravo, he's been on my channel before. He's a super popular rapper out of Chicago. And he wanted to come on my channel to talk about to expose Joe Biden.
What's there to expose? Everyone knows he's a weirdo.
That's why I wanted to come on the channel.
Let's do it. I will listen to that.
I wanted to hear what he had to say. My man Sketch. Appreciate you, homie.
Thanks for blocking that troll. Yeah, I don't have patience for these people. I have a question though. What is this? I'm on your page because I went on Twitter to check. But somebody said, what is your pinned tweet all about?
My pinned tweet, the one I have up?
Yeah, I want to know what that's about.
Saul Linsky's Rules for Radicals. Basically demonizing all the talking points. Coolly, we on Friday. Let's make that happen, yo. Text me your time. Let's make that happen. Wait, what was the question again? Oh yeah, my pin tweet. That's it.
I want to know about that because I don't know. Is that person a woman? Like, is that a man? Who is that person? Who's Jadena?
Oh, Jadena is a man.
Okay.
A music artist.
Okay.
Had this song out called Classic Man.
Okay.
Respectability politics, basically. The good, well-dressed Negro. Jadena would be. The one that would gain respect and favor from the white liberal. So yeah, let's I guess we can talk about that. So he said white supremacists and Hoteps have a lot in common, including anti-Semitism, homophobia, anti-feminism, and rape culture denial.
Huh?
Both treat black women like Earth's #1 disposable, matriarchal bitch, but only one does so while calling them queens. We can do better. So, like I said, in Rules for Radical, saw Linsky. The tactics are basically lambast your opponent and demonize whatever arguments they may have, so that nobody ever tries to take them serious. And you have to kind of block off all means of communication as well. Like, for example, they practice this with Antifa and Black Bloc. Like, no dialogue is to be had. It's just like, I'm just going to scream in your face because your side is so wrong. You don't even deserve dialogue. That's how they brainwash these people. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like what that does here. You know, for example, one of the things the left does is if you conflate something with white supremacy, the job's done. You know, say, oh, Hoteps, oh, they're black white supremacists. They're the same thing as white supremacists. Everything's white supremacy to these people. You know what I mean? So that's one of the tactics, is to label something racist or anti-feminist or homophobic, right? All these different things. And it's basically to destroy all possibilities of discussion.
See, that type of behavior is very bizarre to me. And when I think of, because I'm going to segue this into relationships, when I think of somebody who thinks it's okay to scream in somebody else's face, or somebody who cannot have a civilized conversation, can you imagine how they're with the brush again? Can you imagine how their relationship is at home with their partner? Like, how do you think that goes? How do you think somebody that calls everybody a white supremacist, regardless of their skin color, how do you think that goes at home?
It doesn't. See, that's all for Twitter. That's all for show. That's all grift talk. See, at home, there's no reason to grift. So it's all a facade. It's fake, right? They don't believe that stuff when they go home. They're the same white people that complain about white privilege are the same people that would call you nigga behind your back. The same people that wouldn't give you a job, the same people that clutch their purse when they see a black man walking down the street. These are the same white folks. They say this so they can be racist. They claim white supremacy so they can perform white supremacy. They say, oh, you're a white supremacist. Oh, look at this system of white supremacy. And that automatically cloaks them. So you don't see that they're a white supremacist or could be a white supremacist, because they look like an ally doing something that's very simple, right? Something that's banal, tweeting and whatnot. Anybody can do that, right? And something that's ineffective, something that's frivolous or superfluous. It just means nothing. And so at home, you don't get that at all.
So are they both, is it like both betas at home? Like, how does that work? Are you just normal people at home, but you have a different presence?
Well,
socially, I'm just kind of curious.
In that case, it's not about beta. It's about who's top and who's bottom. and I don't know how those relationships work. So that's another story for another day. Another story for another guest.
This world is it's just so bizarre to me. It's really, really bizarre the way people act, and that you're not allowed to have a difference of opinion.
Yeah. No. The commies do not want you to think. When you go to briansharp.co to sign up for my email list, it says think while it's still legal.
Two more things before we go.
Let's do it.
The first thing is, do you think that there's going to be a divide between couples on the vaccination?
Ooh. Could be. Definitely could be and should be. It's a very important topic to divide on. Right? I don't think we should divide on politics, but I definitely think we should divide on this one. This is the difference between life and death.
What happens if, let's just say hypothetically, you, let's just say, I'm trying to think. All right, let's say that there's a husband and wife in the household, and both are pretty liberal with vaccinations. They're like, okay, we're going to get we get all our vaccinations, whatnot, and it's okay, it's all good and fine. But then this new mandated vaccination comes out, and the husband, or doesn't matter which one it is, one says, yeah, we have to get this, and the other one is like, no, I'm not getting it. It's dangerous because there's not enough study done.
Okay.
So what happened? Like, how does that conversation go? Like, how do you deal with that? Because this is a very hot topic, and you can't. One of the things that I learned, one of the big takeaways I learned from working in infectious disease, HIV/AIDS for 7 years, I had a client. He was the second oldest man living with HIV/AIDS. He got it. He was like one of the first 10 people that got it when it came to the United States. Were able to track it. He talked to me about how scared everybody was. And what happened is a lot of these gay men, of course, these young boys, they were with doctors and people of money and status. And so what these doctors did that they were with, they would test on them. And so they would have these basement get-togethers to where they would inject them with all this stuff in the basements and test on them. And he told me, he's like, always be careful what you put in your body or what you allow others to put in your body.
Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Are they kids involved in the situation?
Yeah, we're going to say kids are involved in the situation, because if it was just two adults, it wouldn't really matter. But the kids are the important thing here.
Yeah, you have to call the cops on your spouse and say they beat you. If your spouse is pro vaccine, call the cops and tell them they beat you. Do you need that individual locked up?
And I'm gonna say this because this is my safe space. I think it's child abuse if you let your kid get it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
I will say that. I will. That's just what I believe. And the reason being is because it hasn't been tested long enough. And if you just agree and allow somebody to put something into your child, then that's very, very dangerous. For example, when my daughter, she broke her arm on Thanksgiving and we had to go to the hospital, and they did have to sedate her to reset her arm. I made sure I knew what they were putting in my kid, and I made sure I asked questions. And then when the doctor left, before they did, I looked it up and made sure like it was kosher, everything was okay.
Yeah. And
I mean, because I allowed them to do it because she was 4 years old. She had a broken arm. She's in pain, and the side effects were not. It wasn't something to be concerned about. It was a very, very, very old drug, and I don't want my child suffering anymore. But when you're starting to introduce these new things that haven't been tested, that to me that's scary.
It is. It really is. It really, really is. Hey, Sketch, are you using how are you posting these links? Are you doing that manually, or are you using a piece of software like OBS, what's it called? Stream? Are you using Streamlabs to do that? Please let me know. But yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna go over.
Hold on. We got a super chat.
Okay.
We got a $50 super chat.
Whoop whoop.
Takes L's said, got a recommended vid of Gothics and seeing how the reach of Hotep is. So I know I'm on the right track. Shout out to Wendy O. It said Wendy Q. Wendy Q ain't on. I like that one.
You know what? Oh my God. I was on TikTok because I live on there now. I got some clout on TikTok now. I'm averaging 330,000 views every 28 days.
Here we go.
Okay. Hey, you know what? If I'm getting sponsorships, people are paying me, I will be on TikTok. You're not going to catch me shaking my behind, but I will be on TikTok. And I've been going hard on people. Anyways, this dude, he was like, he said something along the lines, stocks are boomer shares and Bitcoin is the electricity dollar.
The electricity dollar.
was hysterical laughing. And so I made a TikTok of me laughing, and my daughter, she runs up to me and she jumps on the bed and she's like, "What's so funny? Why are you laughing?" And then she starts laughing because I'm laughing. It was so freaking hilarious. Anyways, last thing before we go. Somebody tagged you. It was King Demic. He said, "Yo, Hotep Jesus, can you get someone to put him in a Canada Goose jacket?" And it's a picture. It says, "Any real man will spot the problem with this picture." And it was a picture of, I forget this actress's name. She's very beautiful. She's very talented. I can't remember what she was in, but it's just with a man walking next to a woman. He's wearing a jacket and she's like shivering cold.
Yes. Sketch Therapy says, "I always keep a text file ready to readily provide links for all your guests. I keep the link to every guest you've had ready in case you reference them and need them, and I have them at the ready, but it's just Windows Word text." My man.
Thank you.
My man. Yeah. The coat thing. And let me read the super chat while we here. Why does the black community hate Hotep so much? From Dr. Spawn A.L. Simmons. We'll get to that in a little bit. So she's shivering in that photo. She has no sleeves on. Some people were saying, well, first of all, the first problem is he was walking on the other side, on the inside of the sidewalk and not the outside of the sidewalk to protect the woman. Not only that, she's cold. Maybe he should have lent her a coat, but he had not. Why that was, we don't know. Also, we can potentially not take that picture out of context and say maybe they had a short walk. Maybe they're going from here straight to the car, on set or something like that. Maybe they just went to go smoke a joint real fast. I'm trying to think of.
That's so romantic.
Maybe he had something on his shirt. Maybe he spilled something on his shirt. You know what I mean? Or maybe he shat himself and it went up his shirt. So that's why he can't let her. So she's walking with him like, "Come on, nigga, you stink. We need to get you washed up," right? We're not exactly sure what's going on. I'm just trying to give possible alibis.
There's no alibi for this. There's two things that are wrong with it. And I'm teaching my daughter this now. I always want to make sure that I'm on the street side of the street and she's closer to the wall or whatever the hell, the buildings. And I'd explain to her, anytime you're walking with a boy, they need to do this for you. So I'm telling her this now because that's the way it should be done. And if you're walking with your man and your man is not giving you his jacket or at least offers to you, you're single. That's not your man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You said you're single. That's not your man. I don't know. I think just a lot of these boys is untrained. I think you're right for the most part. I think for the most part, yes, he doesn't care about you, right? He has no respect for you for the most part. But there's a lot of untrained dogs out here.
The thing is, though, if you love someone and you care for them, you want to take care of them. You want to make sure that they are comfortable, that they are safe.
Yes.
So how would your instincts not kick in?
And give her your coat?
Yeah. Or at least ask.
Yeah. Yeah. I've run out of alibis.
There's no alibi for that. It's like he got caught. He got caught.
Yeah. 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 It's uncalled for.
It's very uncalled for.
It's definitely uncalled for. And not just any woman. Taraji P. Henson. A notable black woman. A notable queen.
She is a queen. She's very beautiful and she is a very talented actress.
Yes. Fine sister. Beautiful sister. Powerful sister. Independent. Strong black woman. I think that could be another alibi. Taraji might be the type of, I'm a strong black woman that she might be like, nigga, I don't want your coat. I'm protecting you, nigga. She may be. I don't know. Maybe she's one of those. What if she's one of those feminists? right? What if she's one of those feminists where she might get offended if you do that?
Then you're not a woman.
Oh Lord.
They come for me all they want because I am a woman.
Oh boy, here we go.
You want to come for me? I am a Sicilian woman. Try me.
And Super Jew.
And Super Jew, yes.
Not just any Jew. Super Jew.
I am a super Jew. I mean, and let me tell you something, women that are like that, if you're watching this, if there is a woman who snarls at you for asking, are you cold? Do you want my jacket? Or can I hold it? Let's get the jacket thing aside. If a man holds the door open for you or offers and you snarl at him, or men, if you see a woman snarl at you for doing that, she's not a woman. Or she is not a lady. You need to stay away from that. That's toxicity there.
Because Wendy O says so.
It's the truth.
She's not a woman.
She's not a lady. Not a woman, not a lady.
Those some tough words.
Just because, and I'll back them up, just because you want to be powerful and you want to fend for yourself, that is an act of kindness. No one owes you shit. The fact that somebody went out of their way to hold a door open for you to show you some respect and some compassion, appreciate it. Just say thank you. And if it makes you upset, just say thank you and move on with yourself. Who in their right mind takes time out of their day to say, why'd you do this for me? Why'd you do this nice thing for me?
They've had their femininity stripped from them.
Yeah, they're not ladies.
Yeah. You watch Mandalorian?
No.
It's good.
I need to watch it. I love Baby Yoda. That's one of the things on my Christmas list.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I want to get a Baby Yoda. I want a Baby Yoda, Sour Patch Kids, bag of Doritos, new boxing shoes, and that's it.
Baby Yoda's going to be a big present this year.
He's cute.
I want to drop ship them. If somebody got the plug, I want to set up a drop shipping store for that. I know that shit's going to sell like cakes. That last week, they're going to be gone.
Yeah, they're cute. I might
somebody find me a drop shipping link. I don't care if it's Baby Yoda bootleg from Japan. I'm about to open up a drop shipping store.
You might as well get some Nikes with the swoosh on backwards. Go to the thrift store, some white shoes and be like, oh, these are vintage. I wore these here with this person and I wore this here with this person and draw the swoosh on.
I need to put a kufi on his head. That'd be dope. That would be a kufi on his head. You should put that in the Hotep Jesus store. That's what I'm gonna do. Because like I said, I'm setting up this store, so I'm gonna be able to ship all types of products.
You should do that. I think people would buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mandalorian is good. It's like really cool. He every episode he kicks ass, and it's completely unrealistic kicking ass. Like somehow, some way, he just escapes from jail or something. It's just like, oh wow, you're just that good, huh? Goddamn Mandalorian is just that badass. So every episode he's kicking his ass, gets his ass kicked, and it's just really good. Lots of ass kicking episode. Blaster shooting and shit. It's good fun. That's my new what do you call it? Getaway or relaxation thing. Take my mind off of things. I watch Mandalorian. Is the Mandalorian, is that okay, or is the internet slandering the Mandalorian? What are the internet saying about it? Because
not yet. So Hotep Jesus is the Mandalorian.
I'm the Mandalorian.
No, because people come at you all the time on the internet and you just have to smack them down, you block them, and then you get on your show, you debate these people, you do really well, and you prevail.
Yeah, this is the way. Yeah.
With the big words. They don't even know what you're talking about. You should start blocking people and put a really big word that no one has used in a long time. Big, I'm blocking you because this.
Oh, you're right. I should. I like that. We're gonna implement that in the block strategy. Some vocabulary words, some strong vocabulary words.
It could be educating them.
You're blocked for being mentally impecunious.
Could Can you imagine going and telling your wife, Hotep Jesus blocked me from being mentally incurious?
It's impecunious.
Impecunious. Well, that's the same shit with crypto. Is like, I saw my buddy Korean Jew, he posted something. He's like, imagine going home to your wife and telling him that some anonymous crypto character scammed you out of money. Like, how this is the same thing when people come for me. It's like, oh, you're a scammer, you did this, you did da. It's like, can you imagine you're a grown-ass man and you're talking shit about some woman on the internet to your wife or your girlfriend at home, saying that they scammed you and they're a scammer? Like,
not me, sir.
Imagine I would, if my man came in and said, I had an argument with this lady on the internet. She talks about alternative currencies. She's a scammer. She blocked me. I'd be like, are you high? Did you relapse?
Where are your balls at?
Anyways, anything else you want to add before we get going?
Somebody, I just addressed this super chat. He said, why does the black community hate Hotep so much?
Let's talk about it. I'll listen.
Well, the black community actually loves Hoteps. It's just the bots and black liberals and the black boule. The black boule. We have to be very specific. It's not the black community. It's technically the black boule that hates Hoteps, because the black boule are race pimps. And frankly, the Hotep way of life lands them on the unemployment line. In short.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say about that.
For this episode.
For this episode. Just to answer the question as succinctly as possible, that's just really what it comes down to. These black liberals, this black boule has been commissioned by the white communist, socialist, Marxist, progressive liberal to demonize anything that could come between them and the expansion of communism. Hoteps are that barrier. We are that thing. We are the dam that blocks communism and socialism and progressivism and liberalism and statism. Yes.
People need to be
spoken.
People need to be out there thinking for themselves. And you know what? If you talk to somebody that has opposing views as you, have a civil conversation and you might learn something. And it might actually help you. It might help with your argument, and it might help enlighten you and to become a more enlightened and intelligent individual. Because people that are very intelligent, they read a lot and they listen to other perspectives, and sometimes they'll even listen to contradicting perspectives to understand the opposing side. And that's what the 48 laws of power talks about, is anytime you have an opponent, you want to understand them in the way that they think. And to be able to master and to beat your opponent, you need to talk with them and learn from them. And if you're unable to do that, you will lose.
Clee Bravo said it's the niggas I slap on the streets. Yeah, those are the ones that hate Hoteps. The ones that Clee Bravo be whooping ass. Oh man. For real. They are that male that you could smack in the face. They technically are that beta male. Because only a beta male would cuck to the agenda and become of service to the white liberal. You'd have to be cucked. You'd have to be euthanized. Become a eunuch is what would have to happen in order for that to happen. But I have spoken.
Hey babe, some guy named Hotep Jesus online hurt my feelings.
That's happened before. Yes, that has happened before. I'm going to confirm it without having any specific story to relate to, but my memory wants to recollect that there was a female that said that she knew a male. I want to say was dating that male, and he would talk about me and complain about me to her. But she was a big fan of mine.
Oh, he had a crush on you then.
Yeah, they both did.
Okay.
It was a lover's crush.
Why are people so fucking weird, man?
Yeah, you know, he wanted to hate on me because he really loved me, and she wanted to love on me because she loved me. You know, and her man, I think what makes her attracted to me and not her man is the fact that he acting like a bitch over another man. She like, yo, you acting like a bitch over this dude? Are you serious? Now I want to go. Now I want him. Now I want him because you're just acting like a bitch over him. You know, you're turning me off with this beta, and you come to me with some shit another man did, and I'm just asking like, why did you tell me? Like, why should I care? You know, I don't.
That's the way the way the woman's mind works is actually very interesting. What we're attracted to based off of the way men have treated us in the past is just a whole, we'll have to discuss that in more depth on another show. Before we get going, I want to plug myself really quick.
Plug it away.
So on my show, I had Jason Brett on. Jason Brett is actually working with Rashida Tlaib, I think that's her name, and working with a bunch of folks in Washington. He works, he's got a focus group and is involved with the Blockchain Alliance. And he actually helped them prepare the Stable Act bill. And I was able to have him on my show. And of course, it barely got any views because no one in crypto, all they care about is these stupid moon boy memes and all this crap. It's actually pretty embarrassing because Jason said on my show, if you have any questions, concerns, or you want your voice to be heard regarding the Stable Act, reach out to me and I'll relay this to Rashida. I'll relay this to all the other people that I've worked with. And of course, nobody watches it or reaches out.
Oh, man.
So I want to plug myself. So if you guys are interested in finding out what the Stable Act is and actually understanding what it's about and just not assuming and listening to these morons on Twitter. So basically what the Stable Act is doing. So Facebook came in with Libra. Right. And they're like, we're going to have our own cryptocurrency and it's going to be backed by, it's going to be a stable coin. It's going to be backed by, I think it was like 20 different currencies or whatever. Okay. US government is like, no, you're not doing that because you're Facebook. You're not a bank. You're not all these other things. So they kind of put a kaput to that. So now Facebook has rebranded, but this is the reason why the Stable Act came out is because there's a lot of other companies that want to create their own stable cryptocurrency instead of using the US dollar and make it all digital, which they don't need to do that because we have credit cards and whatnot. Anyways, the U.S. government said the progressive side, they created this bill called the Stable Act just to kind of check these big companies like Facebook, like Spotify, and whoever else wants to create their own stable coins and basically saying you can't print as much as you want. And if you want to create this stable coin for your platform, it has to be backed correctly by the US dollar, actually backed one for one. So it's basically taking power away from these big companies. But of course, anytime you introduce a law, it's very hard, or a law, bill, and act, it's very hard to repeal once it does get approved. So
there's got to be some loopholes that screw us, isn't there?
There has to be. I don't know. I mean, from my conversation,
I'm sure there's something in there about the stable coins that just backfires. I just know it.
Well, the thing is that the people in crypto, they're spreading incorrect information. No one has actually sat down with Jason. No one's actually sat down with anyone else that was directly involved with the bill. They're just talking about it and they're reading about it. And most people that are talking about it, they're just CEOs of companies or they're in crypto, but they're not legal experts. They're not not lawmakers. Jason saying? That's what Jason said, was what I said, is that they worked really hard on this bill and all they're doing is they're doing it to kind of check these big companies like Facebook. Yeah. So of course, there may be some other things in there because of, again, this is what happens. Is
this bill good or bad?
And I'm going to get slammed for this from the crypto community. I believe if what he said is true, then I believe it is actually a good thing because it is checking big companies like Facebook from making their own currency and assigning value to it and saying it's backed by X when it might not be backed by X.
I'll listen to this episode and give you my verdict.
All right. That's like 20 minutes.
Okay, perfect. I'll do that. Can you link me to that, please?
Yes, sir.
I love it. Take that time to do that now. I'm going to just do it right now in the chat and so people can get the link in the chat. And I'm going to address some of these last few comments. Somebody in the chat said, where is it? Somebody said, Hoteps don't refer to themselves as Hoteps. Oh, you must be late to the party. You missed a whole lot of history. He said, Hotep means peace unto you. It's a greeting. That's one of the meanings. That's one. That's just only, and that's a very modern. That's a very modern definition of Hotep. Clee Bravo says the irony is you can't be pro-black and regurgitate talking points that didn't originate from us. So hating Hoteps is very ironic. Word. And they like to steal a lot of our takes because their entire gnosis was built upon Hotep consciousness, which is quite ironic. Hoteps refer to the conscious pro-black community. No parts of that would prop up conservatives or act like one political wing of white supremacy is better than the other. Well, again, he missed a lot of history. Welcome to the new Hotep nation. We are new to this so-called conscious pro-black community. There are people in this so-called conscious community that wouldn't even appreciate you calling them black. Two of those being the Moors and the Hebrew Israelites. So we're gonna have to check your consciousness at the door. I gotta just collect you real quick because you must not know who you're dealing with. First of all, one of my master teachers is Dr. Kaba Kamene. You're gonna have to come on here and watch his interview. And the other master teacher I've spoken to and has endowed me as a member of the Nile Valley movement, Shaka Akmos. So you got a lot of catching up to do. Also, if you want to talk about pro-black conscious community, maybe you need to tune in to Young Pharaoh, and he'll get you right with the difference between conservatives and liberals. And if that's not good enough for you, we can always go to the quote from Malcolm X. Well, Malcolm X said himself that the conservative is a much better option for the black man than the white liberal. I'm not going to look up the exact quote right now. So I don't know if you want to take my word for it, Young Pharaoh's word for it, or Malcolm X's word for it. But the white conservative is definitely a much better option than the white liberal. And I just gave you 3 strong sources right there. Let me read these super chats. Martin Patela, $1.99 super chat. Thank you, sir. Dr. Spawn A.L. Simmons said, pro-black, effeminate beta males I talk to hates Hoteps. Also, why is the black community so pro SJW culture appropriation and entertainment? Again, refer back to previously when I was speaking about the black boule being controlled by the white liberal. It is not the black community. The black community does not claim those Negroes. Those Negroes are a very small segment of our community. That is the boule, and we do not claim them. At least most of them we don't. Do I have any more? Top Networkers Group said Malcolm X never said anything like that. All right, well, I got the audio tape, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, the quote, since you think he didn't say that. Wow, I hate that I have to do this. This is like common history. All right, so here's the quote. Malcolm X, he said, the white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the black man. Let me explain what I mean by the white liberal. In America, there is no such thing as Democrat or Republican anymore. In America, you have liberals and conservatives. The only people living in the past who think in terms of I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican is the American Negro. He's the one that runs around bragging about party affiliation. He's the one that sticks to the Democrat or sticks to the Republican. But white people are divided into 2 groups, liberals and conservatives. The Democrats who are conservative vote with the Republicans who are conservative. The Democrats who are liberal vote with the Republicans that are liberal. I'm not going to read this whole thing. This is very long. Post
it in the chat. Let them read it.
I just want to get to the part. The white conservatives aren't friends of the Negro either, but they are at least, don't try to hide it. They're like the wolves. They show their teeth in a snarl that keeps the Negro always aware of where he stands with them. But the white liberals are foxes who also show their teeth to the Negro but pretend that they are smiling. The white liberals are more dangerous than conservatives. I'll say it one more time. Malcolm X is quoted. He said, the white liberals are more dangerous than the conservatives. They lure the Negro, and as a Negro runs from the growling wolf, he flees into the open jaws of the smiling fox. This is Malcolm X's word. Well, that's all I have to say about that. Great show tonight, Wendy.
It was a good show. The ending was actually the best, I think.
Was it?
I love when people get owned I love when people get owned because they get very emotional and they just start popping off instead of knowing what they're talking about. So I always appreciate that. And guys, knowledge is power. Yeah. Before you pop off at something, understand what you're talking about or know who you're talking to first. You're supposed to know your opponent before you strike. That is known in chess. It is known in war. It is known in every aspect of life. That's how you win. Low IQ people do not know who their opponent is and they lose. Yes.
Come back when you've consumed more of my videos, and then you can make claims in my chat. Don't come in my chat making claims. Come in my chat asking questions and providing insight. Don't come in here trying to dispute things, especially things that have already been disputed, and things we've already explained on other videos. Come graceful. You know, that's what Hotep means, man. It's to be graceful in our actions. To be open-minded. To ask before we declare. Before we proclaim. This is what we must learn to do. See you next week.
Well, hold on. Do you have anything to plug?
Hotep's been told you tomorrow night at 8. Clee Bravo, what time we coming on? Sometime Friday night we doing, I might have to do Sotomayor show Friday. Cooley, let me see what time we doing Sotomayor, because I was supposed to do Sotomayor last week, but his internet went down. So if we don't do you Friday, we'll do you Saturday. Let me see when Tommy wants to do his show. Because me and Unc got to do that. And I might look at the timing. Maybe I'll do Tommy's show and then we'll do you on my channel. We'll go on Tommy's channel, then I'll do yours on my channel. Pause no homo if I said anything crazy there. What else do I got to plug? Coinbitsapp.com, man. Make sure you get your Bitcoin from the Hoteps. Coinbitsapp.com. This is going to be, I honestly believe that if people support coinbitsapp.com, that is our best hope in defeating the communists. That's the best way to empower me to defeat the communists.
We could talk about that another show.
Empower me in the crypto space. If you can empower me in the crypto space, we will defeat the communists. I promise you.
And let me tell you something before we go. We actually need more Hoteps in the crypto space. We need more free thinkers. We need more people that are trying to improve the quality of life for others. And we need to stop celebrating a bunch of old white men buying $1 million worth of Bitcoin and thinking that it's cool, because that's not what it was designed for. It was designed for your average Joe out of the 2008 recession, where everybody lost a lot of stuff, or a lot of people lost a lot of stuff. It's not for millionaires. However, the crypto community loves to celebrate that, and that's all they care about, but they don't care about helping their brother or sister, even maybe talking to your next door neighbor about Bitcoin. So that's all I got to say. So I support you.
There you go. Brody said he up 102% on Coinbase. My G.
All right, guys, have a good night. We'll be back Wednesday at 7:00 p.m. ET, and make sure you guys subscribe to Hotep's channel and watch all the
time?
7 p.m. ET.
No, PT.
PT. Yes.
PT.
Hotep and I will be back on the Love and Marriage podcast. If you guys have anything you want us to address, drop me a DM. We will be back at 7 p.m. PT, which is 10 p.m. ET.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys next week, and use a Coinbits app to do all your crypto stuff. Okay. That's the app you need to use.
Word.
All right. Good night, guys.
Peace. Hotep. This person says they unfollowed me on Twitter.